Is there anyone who remember what did we do yesterday? If we are going,
We go until, if I'm not mistaken, 8, 1, only until 1,
only until 1.
I think.
Yeah, yesterday our discussion, we already finished question until 1. Only question 1 that we already discussed. But from the question 1, I think you already can get what we have learned yesterday. Can you remember what do we have to do when we have to do a division, and then from the final answer for the division we have to put the final answer into the certain degree of accuracy. Maybe like the question, I want you to answer the question into correct two significant figures. So it means how do we solve the question, what do we have to do to calculate, and then how do we get the final answer. Is there anyone who still remember? Uh, Not remember?
I still remember, teacher.
Can you tell me then, if you still remember?
First, you asked us to like divide it first, and then after we divide it, and then we will find like if it's like must corrected to the one decimal place, we must make it into the two decimal place. If it's to find to the two DP, can I say that for sure? Yeah, teacher, can I say that for sure?
Yeah,
Yeah, we round it to the three DP, and then we just round it to the close to the two because like sometimes it might not be accurate. Sometimes it might increase one.
yes, correct. That's correct explanation. Thank you, Stanford. So yes, correct. What did Stanford say? That because like the question 1, it's asking us to solve the question in correct to one decimal place. So it means we have to calculate until two decimal place first. After we get the two decimal places result, we have to round off into one decimal place. And then for the question 2 also, because the question asks us to round off the answer correct to two decimal place, it means we have to calculate until three decimal places first. After we're done calculating and we get the result in three decimal places, we use it to round off the answer to get two decimal places. Yesterday, I already asked you to try to do it by yourself at home for the question 2 and 3. That's why for today, I just display the answer. But if you have any questions still, we can discuss it. Is there anything different from your answer for the question 2? Maybe is there anyone who get confused to get the result? You can tell me so we can discuss it together. Okay, maybe I will try to discuss the question C. I will try to pick the question C. Later, if you still do not understand, please let me know. For the question C, we have 1.98 divided by 8. So we have the number 1.98. In here, 1 cannot be divided by 8. That's why we started by putting 0. So now we have a 0 point, and then now we can read it as 19 divided by 8. 19 divided by 8, we will get it as 2, because 2 times 8, it will be equals to 16. So now we subtract it. 9 minus 6, it will be equals to 3. So now the 8 can go down. We have 38 divided by 8. We will have 4, because 8 times 4, the answer will be 32. Now the leftover one, we have it 6. So we can make it into, we can put another 0 because the answer is already having a decimal number. So we have 60 divided by 8. 60 divided by 8, the answer, it will be 7. So 7 times 8, it will be equals to 56. It's okay, no need to solve it because now we already have it in 3 decimal place. When we already get the result in 3 decimal places, because the question asks us for the answer has to be in 2 dp, so it means the 0.247 we have to round off correct to 2 decimal place. So the second decimal digit is number 4. Next to 4 we have 7, so it means the 4 will go up by 1, so I will have it as 5. That's why the answer, it will be 0.25. Is there anyone who has any confusion still? regarding the question 2? Is there anyone having any question? No? For sure, everything's clear? Please let me know if you have any question. You can ask me any question. You can text me through the chat box or directly unmute yourself and tell me what is your queries. For sure, no question. If no question, I will move to the question 3. That's why at home, please kindly try to do it by yourself when I ask you to try. In the next class, we can just directly discuss the answer. If you have any difficulties, you can directly tell me what is your confusion. Maybe you have a different answer in any certain number, you can directly tell me. So maybe I can make it clear for you. No question for sure? Okay, I will move to the question 3. For the question 3, we have a word problem. For this word problem, you have to read the question properly for all of the word problems. So in here we have there is a scientist. The scientist mix. There are like three things that she wants to mix. 18.42 gram of substance A, 5.8 of substance B, 0.75 gram of substance C. Then she divides the mixture. It says mixture, so it means we have to mix all of them. How do we mix all of them? It means we have to plus all of them. So the first
Plus
thing,
all of them.
yeah, okay. When you plus all of them, it will be how many? Yes, Stanford.
When you plus all of them, it will be 24.97. And then since it is divided equally to 4 containers, so we must divide it by 4, and it will become 6.24. Oh yeah, I like the answer.
Okay. Is there anyone having any confusion, or maybe the explanation from me and Stanford is too fast and you need more clarification? You can tell me. In here, oopsie, 24.97. So after that, because it's divided equally into 4 containers, so yes, we have to divide it into 4. And then when we divide it by 4, read the question properly, because the question asks us to write the answer correct into 2 dp. It means we have to calculate until we get 3 decimal places. After we get 3 decimal places, we use it to round off to get 2 decimal places. Because when we try to calculate into 3 decimal places, the answer it will be about 6.242. That's why when we round off into 2 decimal places, the answer will be 6.24 gram. Is there anyone having any question so far? Or maybe the explanation is too fast? No question for sure? Okay. If you have no question, let us move to the next page about next chapter. Done copying for the or done checking for anyone? Done? Okay. So in here, okay, because we already done the exercise 3.5, I give you homework to finish the workbook on the page 20. I pick some question, but later when we have discussion, I will discuss all of the question. Later I will remind you again through the Google Classroom which number that is compulsory for you to do. So now let us move to multiplying by decimal. It's on your textbook, page 39. You can open your textbook, page 39. Already open the textbook, page 39? Already? Okay, so for page 39, in here we are going to multiply the decimals. How do we multiply the decimals? When we multiply the decimal, it will be the same thing as we multiply a whole number. But usually in here, we are going to change the decimal number into a fraction. So later it will be easier for us to calculate, because maybe some of you are not really comfortable to calculate using a decimal. So like for example, 4.37, when we multiply it by 0.3, the 0.3 we can change it into 3 by 7. So in here, the 0.3, the 0.3, if we change it into a fraction, it will be 3 by 10. So later on, for 4.37 times 0.3 in here, maybe it will be easier if you do it like 4.37 and then you directly multiply it by 3, and then the final answer later on you divide it by 10. Like for the question B also, you have 24 times 0.08. The 0.08 in here, you can change it into a fraction. We can make it as 8 per 100. So later when you try to calculate, I think it will be easier if you directly calculate 24 times 8, 24 times 8, and then the result later on you divide it by 100. Or maybe if you still confused with these steps, you can ignore all of the decimal point. So later on, maybe like for question A, you have 4.37 times 0.3. In here, you can directly just calculate the 437 times with 3. But later, in the end, you have to put the 3 decimal places on the final answer. Why is it 3 decimal places? Because the total decimal places, it will be 3 decimal places. The first number have 2 decimal places. The second number have 1 decimal place. So it means in the end, the total, the answer will be having 3 decimal places. Maybe to make it easier, I will show you how to work it out. This is what I told you before. We changed the 0.3 into 3 per 10. So later on, we can just calculate 4.37 times 3. But I think it will be easier if you ignore the decimal point. You can directly multiply the 437 times 3. And then after that, for the final answer, as you know that 4.37 is having 2 decimal places, because 4.37 have 2 decimal places. The result when you calculate the 437 times 3, it will be also having 3 decimal places. Now, because we have 4.37 times 0.3, this is we have another 1 decimal place. That's why in the end, the answer will be having 3 decimal places. If you do divide it first, like 3 divided by 10, we will have 0.3. So it means it will be go back to the original question. There will be no difference on it. Is there anyone having any question, or maybe my explanation is too fast? Anyone have question? You can ask me if you have any question. If you have no question, I will move to the question B. For the question B, we have 24 times by 0.08. As I told you before, you can ignore all of the decimal places. You just can focus at 24 times 8. For multiplying 24 times 8, I think none of you have any difficulties. So yeah, I don't think any one of you will get confused or to get 192. After you're done calculating the 24 times 8, you have to check the original question. The 0.08 are having 2 decimal places. That's why the final answer, it will be also having 2 decimal places. Is there anyone having any questions so far? Or maybe my explanation is too fast? You need me to re-explain again or anything, you can tell me. No question? For sure? Hello? Is there anyone having any question? No question? Okay. If you sure you have no question, let us move to the exercise 3.6. Maybe you can try to do it first before we discuss it. Or is it okay if I directly discuss it? What do you want to choose? You want to try it first or we directly discuss it? Maybe my explanation is too fast. You can ask me. So in here, what does it mean by the multiplication? You can change the back number in here for the one in here. You can change it into a fraction. When you change it into a fraction, 2 per 10, it means it will be 2 times 10. Remember the BIDMAS rule. It means we have to solve whatever comes first. That's why we do the 2.48 times 2 first. 2.48 times 2. When you get confused to multiply it, you can ignore the decimal point. So you can just calculate the 248 times 2. The result, it will be 496. And then you put the decimal point in its original place, having 2 decimal places. That's why the final answer also will be having two decimal places. So now we will have it as 4.96 divided by 10. Dividing the number by 10, it means we will have more decimal places. That's why the final answer, it will be 0.496 for the question 1A. Is there anyone having any questions so far? Or maybe my explanation is too confusing for you? No question? Or have question? No? Okay. If you do not say anything, so I will assume none of you have any confusion. So for the question B, let us discuss question B. I already wait for you about 10 minutes or 8 minutes. We have 1 point, oopsie. Sorry. We already have this number. Now we have to calculate the 1.76 times 0.3. So in here, you can try to multiply it by doing 1.76 times 3 and then divide it by 10. If you feel more comfortable to directly ignore all the decimal point, that is also fine. Oopsie. So later on, you can multiply the 1.76 times 3 and then the result you divide it by 10. So the final answer, you will have it as 0.528. Is there anyone having different answer or maybe need more explanation? Is there anyone having different answer or need more explanation? You can tell me. No? Okay. If no one asks me any question, I will continue to the question C. For the question C, the answer, it will be 2.088. Is there anyone having different answer with me or getting confused? No? Okay.
Divide that one if it's two decimal places, so 3 divided by 100 like that.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah, correct.
10.
It will be divided by 100, correct? So we have 4.18 in the question E. Correct explanation, thank you. Now for the 4.18, we can multiply it by 6 since it is having two decimal places. It means the result later on we divide it by 100. So you can multiply the 4.18 by 6 first. Maybe in here I can try to display it to you. You can ignore all the decimal points, so you can just make it as 418 multiplied by 6. Sorry, multiplied by 6. So now we calculate 8 times 6, it will be equals to 8. We keep 4. And then 1 times 8, it will be, sorry, 1 times 6, it will be equals to 6. 6 plus 4, it will be equals to 10. We keep the 1. 4 times 6, it will be 24. 24 plus 1, it will be 25. Now we have to go back to the original question. The 418 is actually is 4.18. It's having two decimal places. So we have to replace the decimal places into the original place. I have to put the decimal point in this place because this is having two decimal points. So start from the back, I count 2 times. The 0 and 8, it will be the decimal places. So we will have 25.08. So we will have 25.08, 25.08 for the 4.18 times 6. The answer will be 25.08, and then the result is divided by 100. That's why the final answer, it will be 0.2508. Is there anyone having different answer or maybe I make any wrong calculation in here? You can tell me. No question? For sure? For sure, no question? Okay. If you do not ask me any question, I will continue to the question F. For the question F, I will just tell you the answer because I already give you some time to try to do it first. Later, if you have different answer, please kindly tell me so I can discuss it with you, which one that I need to discuss it. The question F is 0.203. The question G, the answer, it will be 1.168. And then for the question H, the answer it will be 1.359. The question J, the answer it will be 10.74. For the question I mean for the question J it will be, oopsie, question J correct 10.74. Sorry, I misreading my own answer. Okay, for the question I, it's supposed to be 3.04. Okay. Is there anyone having any question or any different answer that we need to discuss it more? You can tell me. No question? For sure? Okay. If you really have no question, I will move to the question 2. For the question 2, we have 24.3 times 0.06. In here, we can, as I told you before, the 0.06, we can change it into a fraction. When we change it into a fraction for 0.06, 0.06 in here, we can write it as 6 per 100. So later on, for the calculation 24.3 times 0.06, we can write it as 24.3 times with 6 divided by 100. Agree, or is there anyone who disagree? For this kind of a calculation, when we multiply first or we do division first, in here we can reverse actually the division, we can reverse it and bring it to the front. So that's why we can write it as 24.3 divided by 100 first, and then the result you multiply by 6. Yeah, that's why we can reverse this one. All the calculation you can reverse. Where is it? My pen. So this is the divide by 100. You can move it to the front first. You can do a division first and then the multiplication later. That is also fine. So the explanation multiplying by 0.06 is the same thing as we multiply by 6, then divide by 100. That's why even though like this, maybe if you still get confused, as you know, subtraction and addition, they are in the same stage. Whatever comes first, you can do first, right? So later on, maybe this is like 6 plus 4 minus 2. Usually we have to do the whatever comes first. We do 6 plus 4 first, and then the result you subtract it by 2. Actually, you can reverse. You can do 6 minus 2 first, and then the result you plus it by 4. If you do not believe, we can check it. Like 6 plus 4, the result it will be 10. 10 minus 2, the answer it will be equals to 8. Now, if I do subtraction first, 6 minus 2, the answer will be 4. The final answer will be 4 plus 4, which is equals to 8. So you can do the same thing with multiplication and division. They can reverse as long as you reverse it properly. So you bring everything like this is the last one is divided by 10. Divided by 100. So you can move the divided by 100 to the front. That is also will be having the same answer. Because multiplication and division, they are in the same stage. Whatever comes first, you can do first. So do the addition and also subtraction, they are in the same stage. Whatever comes first, you can do first. So you can move it later on. Is there anyone having any question, or my explanation is still confusing for you to understand? Is there anyone having any question? Maybe, or my explanation is not really clear enough, you can tell me. You can unmute yourself and tell me. No? No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question B. Oops, sorry. Okay, for the question B, use the Tanesas method to work out this number. Wait. Oopsie, sorry. My annotation, okay. So now we have 12.2 times 0.07. You can change it in the 0.07 into a fraction. So we can change it become 12.2. 12.2 times with 7, and then the result we divide it by 100. For a division, I use a ratio symbol, yeah. I do not have the division symbol now in this annotation. So you can change it, become 12.2 divided by 100 first, and then the result you times it by 7. When you divide it by 100, later on the result you will be having as 0.122, and then you multiply it by 7. So later on, when you are going to find out the answer, you can directly multiply the 112, 122, I mean, 122, you can multiply it by 7. So you multiply them, 2 times 7, it will be 14. We keep the 1. 2 times 7, it will be 14 because we have a reminder 1 before. So we make it as 15. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 plus 1, it will be 8. So for 122 times 7, it will be 854. And then since the final, the original number is having 3 decimal places, we have to make it into 3 decimal places still. That's why the final answer, it will be 0.854. Is it clear, or is there anyone having any question, or my explanation is confusing for you to understand? You can tell me. I will re-explain it to you if you think my explanation is still confusing or difficult for you to understand. Hello, no question for sure? None of you have no question? Oh. My voice is still laggy. Is my voice laggy? Okay, then maybe I will try to talk slower. Okay, if you already understand, maybe for the question 2, also you can do the same thing. You can change the next number, 23.8 times by 9 per 100. 9 divided by 100, the division can move from. So later on, you can do 23.8 divided by 100, and then the final answer, you divide it by 9. And then if like this, you can assume it as 0.238 multiplied by 9. And then for the final answer, it will be 2.142. 2.142. Is it? Is there anyone has different answer? If you have different answer, you can tell me. You can do the same thing for the question 3 and also question 4. For the question 3, the answer is supposed to be 0.696. And then for the question 4, the last question, the final answer is supposed to be 0.536. Is there anyone have any question or maybe get confused if I directly write the answer? You need more explanation, you can tell me. No question or have question? Everything's clear for sure? Okay, if you have no question, I don't think it will be enough if we continue to the question 3. Just to make sure, is there anyone having any question? No? If you have no question at home, as the homework, please kindly do the workbook and then do this exercise 3.6. So tomorrow we can directly discuss the final answer and we discuss the numbers that you are wrong only, so we can go faster for finishing the portion. Okay, I think that's all for today's class. Good morning and thank you, students. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.